Hey out there, and welcome. I'm Kate and I'm here with Memphis today, and we have a challenging vinyasa flow for you with some tricky transitions and non-stop movement. It's going to be a sweaty one possibly. So grab a couple of blocks, anything else that makes you feel good in your practice that you want to have nearby just in case. Roll out your mat and let's do this. All right, so we're going to start in a comfortable seat. So if you want to sit up on something, a block or a blanket or a pillow, go ahead and slide that underneath your bum. If sitting crisscross applesauce feels good, that's great. If you want to sit up on your heels in a Vajrasana with a block or a cushion between your feet, that's cool too. Whatever works, just take a second to close your eyes and to get yourself here, right, on your mat. We all know that there's crazy stuff going on before you get here, before you choose the video. You maybe looked at 50,000 things before you chose this one, and maybe you're still wondering if it's the right one. So close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and then sigh it out. And again, deep breath in, and let it out. One more. Feel your shoulders relax down away from your ears. Just feel your sitting bones underneath you. The weight of your hands where they rest on your thighs or in your lap, and breathe. There's nothing more you need to do right now, but feel yourself kind of welcoming yourself to your mat. Make some space for you here in your day. And see if you can slow down before we ramp things up. And breathe as deeply as you comfortably can, without strain or adding to any stress. Draw in deeper breath. And let go a fuller exhale. And take another breath in. And let your chin drop to your chest. And shake your head a little bit, side to side. Inhale, roll your right ear up over your shoulder. And move it around a little bit when you get there. And then roll down through center and roll up to the other side. Same thing, give it a little shake, a little roll around when you get there. And then release back down through the middle. And when you inhale next, you're going to lift your head. Open your eyes and stretch your legs straight out in front. Okay? You're going to flex your feet so your legs are active, and you're going to take the backs of your hands to the floor behind you. Right? Fingertips point away. Roll your shoulders back. And just breathe here. You're going to spread through your fingers. See if you can click your fingernails down into the floor. If you want to start to lean a little bit weight back, you can feel a little stretch in your forearms, maybe a big stretch. And then from here, you're going to bring your weight so you're kind of off the hands for a second and curl your fingers into fists, or, something that resembles a fist. And then let it go. And then curl into a fist again. And then let it go. One more time, curl it into a fist. And then let it go. Okay, you're gonna slide your hands forward. Give yourself a second to roll out your wrist. Maybe shake out your hands. Then you're gonna place your hands behind you again. This time fingertips pointing in towards you, palms down on the floor. Oh, here we go. Memphis is gonna get there. Get a little saucy. Roll your shoulders back and lift your chest. And now you can start to feel a little bit of the counter stretch here. And then you're going to bend your knees, bring your feet in. So about hips distance apart. Roll your shoulders back, and you're going to keep lifting through your chest. Press into your feet and lift your hips. Oh, he chose the peaceful route today. You can keep rooting down. See those hips lift up. Maybe take your gaze up. If it feels good to take your gaze back behind you, or you can keep it straight forward. Inhale. And when you exhale, you're going to sit it right back down. And you can shake it out again if you want. All right? And then slide those hands back. If this is too much on your shoulders and your wrists, you can spin your fingertips out to the sides. Totally a legal maneuver. You're going to take your right ankle over the top of your left thigh, roll your shoulders back, and get a nice lift here. You can modify the depth of the stretch by sliding your left heel in or out. And then from here, you're gonna push into your left foot and just give yourself a moment to lift into your hips. Try to keep that right hip point in line with the left. Inhale. And when you exhale, we're gonna set it right back down again. And then grab the outer edge of this foot and come into a little half happy baby. And your left leg can stretch out and you can bring it in, whatever works here. And then we're gonna bring this leg in. You can grab the foot, grab the knee. You can work your way into a cradle if that feels good. Wherever you end up, feel your spine lengthen and give yourself a little rock back and forth. Okay, and then you're gonna grab a hold again. This time, take the outer edge of your foot into your left hand. Gonna take your right hand behind you. Inhale, sit nice and tall. And as you spin your chest to the right, you're gonna kick your right foot forward, and maybe that leg straightens, and maybe it's nowhere near it. Doesn't matter, right? Find that length and just a nice, easy twist here. Inhale. And when you exhale, you're gonna fold your right shin in front of the left and come out and over for a moment. And slide your hands underneath. Come on back up, shift your weight back into your sitting bones and find a boat pose. And it can be like a nice bent knee boat. If you're feeling crazy, you can straighten your legs. I prefer the bent knees. Maybe this is more of a raft pose. That's cool, doesn't matter. Inhale, you're gonna lower down. Exhale, pull back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Just 3 more. Lower it down and pull it up. If this is super challenging for you, keep your hands behind your thighs here and lift there. 2 more. Lower it down and lift it up. Last one. Lower it down and then lift it up. You're gonna place your feet, hands come behind you, fingertips in or out to the sides. Find that nice lift through your chest, and then you're gonna swing your left ankle over the top of your right thigh. Keep that lift in your chest, and you can again modify by moving the right foot in or bringing it out a little bit. Keep working that inner left thigh away from you. And then you're gonna push into your right foot, lift your hips, find this reverse table-y type deal. Inhale. And when you exhale, set it right back down. Grab the outer edge of this foot, and we're gonna bring it into a half happy baby. Yes. That's it. And then swing it around. Oh no, we need to stretch the hip first. Oh, we almost lost it. All right, and we're gonna do this little cradle action. Hands, or you can work your foot, into the crease of your elbow. Or anywhere in between. Keep a nice long spine. Okay, now you're gonna grab the outer edge of that foot with your right hand. Take your left hand behind you, sit nice and tall, and as you spin yourself to the left, kick that left heel forward. A little revolved heron type deal here. Lengthen up. And then you're gonna take that left shin in front of the right, come out and over. Same deal, fold forward. Right, and then slide your hands underneath you. Shift your weight back into your sitting bones, and you can find your boat pose or your raft pose, whatever you want to call it today, and 5 more crunches. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift it up. Keep it going. Lower it down and lift. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Okay, you can hug in. Now you're just gonna cross one foot in front of the other. It doesn't really matter. Roll over those knees, and we're gonna come into downward facing dog. And when you get into your down dog, pedal it out. It doesn't have to be a stationary thing. You can move, slide, and sway. All right, now you're gonna come through center. Keep your sitting bones lifted and stretching back behind you. Take your right hand and you're gonna reach to the outer edge of your left leg. Firm down through that left hand. Sitting bones lift, 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 and then you can spin just a bit. Take your gaze underneath your left armpit. And then we switch. Right hand down, sitting bones up. Left hand's gonna stretch through. Feel your right hand spread out and press into the mat as you take your gaze into that right armpit. Okay, and then back through downward facing dog. Here we go. We're gonna do some hops here. Super fun. Take your left leg and lift it up behind you. So this left leg is gonna be like your lift. So bend your right knee a little bit and just kick up so much with your left foot that it gets you some air with the right? I mean, we're hopping off the right foot, but the left leg is working too, right? Okay, now we're gonna keep that same bounce, that same lift with the left leg, but we're gonna hop the right foot like halfway up the mat. Ready? Hop it up. And then hop it back. See if you can hop it a little farther than halfway. Here we go. Hop it up, hop it back. Now you're gonna gaze forward. See if we can take the foot and hop it up to the thumbs or as close as you can make it. Here we go. Yeah? And then hop it back. And downward facing dog. All right? Take your knees to the floor, hips to your heels, give yourself a moment. All right, so if that is absolute torture for you, as we move through the practice, we're gonna move in and out of our vinyasa using that hop. If you're not into the hop, then you can just lift the opposite leg that I'm saying and step it forward. You'll see what I mean when we get there, but we gotta do the hops on the other leg. So come on up and stretch it back, down dog. Okay, right leg's gonna lift. And get that little swing in the leg first, because it's fun. Then you can add the hop with the left. Yep, boop, okay. And then we're just gonna hop that left foot halfway up. Here we go. And then hop it back. And see if we can take it a little farther forward. Hop it up. And hop it back. Okay, here we go, the big daddy. Gaze forward and see if we can hop up toward the hands. If you don't make it, it's no big deal. Let's give it a whirl. Hop it up. Yeah, and hop it back. All right, downward facing dog. Shake out your head. Let your knees hit the floor. Take your hips to your heels for a second. Little extended child's pose rest, secretly because I need it too. But here we go. Ready? You're ready. Come on up. Just to stretch it back. Downward facing dog. And this is when I ask myself, why? Because it's fun. Let's do this. All right. So you're going to lift the left leg up. If you're skipping the hop, lift your right leg up. Okay? Because this right foot's going to move forward. So from here, you're going to gaze forward and hop this right foot up to your thumbs. Boom. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Drop your back knee. Anjaneyasana. Inhale, reach it up here. Sink through your hips. Keep that belly lifted. Full breath in. And then hands to the floor. Ardha Hanumanasana. Slide it back. Yes. Let's feel that nice work being done in the back of your right leg. Then we're going to rock forward, coming back into your low lunge. You're going to plant your hands, lift your back knee. Now we're going to lift into a three-legged plank with this right knee hugged into your chest. So press the floor away, hug it in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Shin toward the mat. Lift it up. Squeeze. Last one. Lower it down. And then squeeze. Lift. Sweep this right leg forward for pigeon. Yeah, baby. Come onto your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, come out and over. Give yourself a moment to enjoy this. This is earned. Totally. Not that you have to earn rest because you never do, but this should feel good, I hope. Couple more breaths here. Okay, slide your hands underneath you. You're gonna come on up. Shift your weight to this outer right hip and step your left foot forward. We're gonna come into standing split on that left foot. Shoot your right leg back. Press into the floor here. Just give yourself a second to work into that left leg. Then you're gonna soften your knee, plant your hands, and we're gonna hop the left foot back. So we're in down dog split with that right leg up. Ready? Here we go. Hop it back. Ugh. Inhale. When you exhale, step your right foot forward. Crescent lunge. Come on up. Soften those shoulders. Hands come to prayer. We're gonna eagle the legs, right? So shift onto the right foot, bring the left leg up and around. Here we go. Find your balance and breathe. And then slowly you're gonna revolve that right elbow to your left knee. Lengthen your spine and twist. Wow, when you fall, as I just did, left fingertips are gonna come to the floor or to a block, all right? And then from here, you're gonna slowly slide your left leg out behind you, getting prepped for a revolved Ardha Chandrasana. Lengthen your spine, try to square those hips, and then revolve your right shoulder open. Keep that left thigh lifting. Maybe your right hand wants to stay right on your low back here. Take a breath. And then revolve Trikonasana. Step the left foot back, slide your hand underneath your shoulder. Block can come with you. Right hand to your outer hip for just a moment. Lengthen, and again, we twist to the right. Hand can stay right where it is. If you want to take it up, you can reach it up. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Parsvottanasana. Let it go. Then breathe. Oh, thunder. Okay. Okay, ready? Here we go. So now you're in your Parsvo. You're gonna take your left foot and step it forward. So the feet are still in Parsvo, but they're like really much closer together. Shift your weight into your left foot and come onto your right heel. So now your weight's back, booty's way back. Slide your right hand back a bit. You're gonna take your left hand to the outside edge of your right foot. Shift back enough into that left foot, into that right hand, so we can lift up. Yeah. And then set it all the way back down. You're gonna keep the grip on the foot. Take that left foot forward. See if we can float it up and find your balance. Take your right arm back. Yes, inhale. And when you exhale, you're gonna hug the left leg in and bring your right hand to the inside of your right leg and draw this in and up, right? In and up. Here we go. Gonna take a nice easy lean over to the right. Take your left hand up and over to the outer edge of this right foot. Right fingertips out to the side. Nice easy lean. You ready? For a little compass pose, you're gonna kick this leg forward. Doesn't really work on my body very often, but maybe it works on yours. If you want to strap, that would be lovely, right? You could strap the foot. Take your gaze underneath your armpit here. And then we're gonna slowly fold it back in. That's a tough one. Grip down with this leg. So we're gonna hug this leg in as much as you can, right? Lean your weight back enough so you can stretch your left leg straight. Now you're gonna plant your hands. This elbow is gonna bend and kind of push your right leg back. Hands are about shoulder distance apart. Lean your weight forward over your fingertips and then press the floor away. Maybe lift your butt up. Gaze forward, draw this left leg in, and maybe this left leg can come off the floor too. Slowly, we set it all the way back down. Here we go. Okay? From here, hug the left foot in again. You're gonna step the right foot forward, plant your hands, left knee's gonna go back. So now we're like in this weird half lunge. Kick your right leg straight back behind you for table. Right leg extended. Bend your right knee. Gonna reach your left hand back. Try to grab for the top of your foot. As you kick your foot back, stretch your chest forward. Inhale. When you exhale, release through. Reach that left hand forward, kick back through the right leg. And then left hand to the mat, tuck your back toes, lift up, stretch back. Oh, here we go. Inhale forward into three-legged plank. You can vinyasa this way if you want. And pull it back. Downward facing dog. Woo! Okay, let's do it again. So now you're gonna take your right leg, lift it up, stretch it back. All right, so if you just wanna step your left foot forward from here, you can just step the left foot forward and don't worry about hopping, right? But we're gonna gaze forward, come high into the ball of your left foot, and we're gonna hop it up. And then step your right foot back. You got it. Drop your right knee. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Hug those inner thighs. Take your arms and reach them up. Zip up through your low belly. And then hands to the mat. Ardha Hanuman. Let's do it. And just work into the back of your left leg. Trying to keep your hips square. Here we go. Gonna rock it forward. Find that low lunge, okay? Plant your hands. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Three-legged planky thing. Drag this leg in. Knee bent into your chest. Inhale, lower that chin. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keep it up and then swing it into your pigeon. Pop onto your fingertips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come out and over. Give yourself the time here to just enjoy. Relax in your pigeon. Couple more breaths. And slide your hands underneath you. You're gonna make your way up, then roll onto that outer left hip. Take your right foot, step it forward, shift your weight, and come into standing split on that right leg. Yes. Then from here, you're gonna plant your hands and we're gonna hop the right leg back for down dog split. Ready? Here we go. Hop it back. Boom. Inhale, kick back through that left foot. Exhale, step it up between your thumbs. Crescent lunge. Let's do it. Inhale. Hands come to prayer. Gonna shift onto this left foot. Garudasana. Eagle. Once you've found your balance, you're gonna spin that left elbow to your right knee. And then slowly unwind. You can find a block for your right hand. Your right fingertips are gonna come to the floor, under the block, sneak that right leg back. Prepping for a little revolved Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, we take the twist. Try to keep the hips as square as you can. Kicking back through that right foot. Inhale. And when you exhale, right foot's gonna step back. Slide your right hand underneath your shoulder. Lengthen again, a little revolved Trikonasana. And take your time here. I find these kinds of poses very difficult. So be easy with yourself. Inhale. And when you exhale, Parsvottanasana, let yourself fold. It's okay. It's a little thunderstorm. All right, and then we're gonna take this right foot and step it forward. You can go out. So step that right foot a little bit forward. Go ahead, it's okay, okay. It's okay, ma'am. So you're gonna step it so your feet are about a foot apart, right? And then you're gonna bend your right knee and shift your weight back again. Come onto your left heel. Take your left hand behind you a bit so you can shift all the way back. Grab the outer edge of your left foot with your right hand. And then we're gonna lean back enough so we can lift this left foot off the floor. And then set it all the way down, shift back. Oh, he hates lightning storms. I feel bad, it's okay, boo. Okay, and then from here, I'm gonna take your right foot, reach it forward, slide that left arm back, find a bit of a balance here. Inhale. And when you exhale, we're gonna bring this leg in. And then from here, come in and hug this left leg underneath And here we go. So we're gonna go for compass on this side, right? So you gotta kind of push this leg back and then lift it up and push it back and lift it up. And you wanna try to get that left leg as high on your shoulder as you can. And then your right hand's gonna come over the top of the foot, grab the pinky toe edge. Left hand's gonna sweep out to the side. Elbow still bent slightly, right? And then you can start to lean your weight over to the left. And you're just gonna fire up that left side hamstring. Start to kick through your heel, kick through your heel. You're gonna roll that right shoulder open. Take your gaze underneath. If you want to strap for your foot, it's a very sensible idea here. Inhale. And when you exhale, we're gonna close that leg down onto that left arm. Try to keep it there like a vice. Grr. Stretch your right leg out. And you can use blocks under your hands here if you want. If you found lift on the first side was really hard to get, blocks underneath your hands, totally cool. You're gonna take your hands to the mat. Shift your weight forward, right? Press into the floor, lift up as much as you can. I'm gonna try to drag this right leg in so your core engages, and then maybe we float this leg up. And then we set it all the way back down. You can take your arm out from underneath you. Gonna hug your right heel in, step your left foot forward enough. So now you can plant your hands, and we're coming through that three-legged table. Take that left leg, sweep it back. You're gonna bend the left knee, right hand reaches back. Give yourself a little quad stretch while you're here. Kick back through your foot, reach forward into your chest. And now a little bird dog. You're gonna kick back, stretch your right arm forward, inhale. When you exhale, right hand to the mat, tuck those back toes, lift your back knee, down dog split. You can inhale, come forward into a three-legged plank. You can vinyasa this way or just regular vinyasa, however you want to roll. And pull it back. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, let's do it again. But slightly different this time. You ready? Take your left leg, lift it up, stretch it back behind you. Gaze forward. We're gonna hop the right foot up into standing split. Yes, come high on your fingertips. And maybe give yourself a second to, I don't know, catch some balance. Maybe, yeah? And then fingertips down, we're gonna sweep this left leg back behind you and out to the right, coming onto the outer edge of your left foot for a curtsy squat. You wanna push into that right foot, bring your hands to prayer. Here we are, inhale. When you exhale, left elbow to that right knee and twist. Yeah, baby, lengthen out. And when you exhale again, right hand to the floor, Ardha Chandrasana. You can grab a block if you want it, sweep that left leg back. And breathe. That top arm, reach it up. If you want to work into a Ardha Chandrasana, a little sugar cane, you can bend the left knee. Grab a hold of that foot. And then release back through your half moon. Here we go, standing split. Shift your weight back toward your heels a little bit. Warrior three. Hands can do whatever you want them to do. And then step that left foot to the back of the mat. Drop your fingertips. Drop your back knee. Here we go. So this is gonna get a little bit goofy. It's okay. Inhale, come on up. Reach your arms up. I'll try to talk it through slow. So Anjaneyasana, back toe tucked here. You're gonna take your left hand down and try to find that left heel. If the left heel is not working, you can grab a block outside your foot there. That works too. You're gonna lean back into that foot as you start to maybe roll your chest to square toward the ceiling. Maybe it doesn't work for you today. Here we go. Ready? Inhale. And then from here, you're gonna take your gaze down outside that left foot and take your left hand to the floor, kind of outside. And now you're gonna sweep this left foot behind you, step your right foot to the top of the mat. We're in this knee down Vashisthasana. Take your right arm, stretch it up. Press into the floor with your left hand, with your right foot, lift your left knee up, and you're gonna kick that left foot straight forward, boom. And then from here, gonna cross the left leg over the right, bend your knees, press it back. And then windmill, right hand to the mat, spin your hips, down dog, facing the back of the mat with your legs, in eagle. You got this, ready? Gaze forward, now you're gonna step your left foot up between your thumbs. Reverse warrior, inhale. Come all the way up and stretch it back. Press through your left foot, straighten your leg, reverse Trikonasana. Keep your torso stretching up and back. Spin your left toes to the long edge of your mat. Spin your right toes to the top edge, coming into side angle onto that right leg. And you can bring this right hand down. Keep your forearm on the floor. It's all good. Inhale. When you exhale, left hand down, spin your right arm up. Yes. And then spin your right toes open, drop onto the outer edges of both feet. And then come back through. We're gonna work our way into lizard. Sneak your right foot out to the side. Drop your back knee. Okay, take a second. We got this, you ready? Okay, so you can hang out here. If you want to, you can start to put this leg on like we did before in our compass pose, right? And now we're here, and that can be good. Right, but I'm gonna work into Kundalini. So I'm gonna walk the hands so they're about shoulder distance apart. Right foot kind of walks a little bit toward the midline, and I'm gonna lift the back knee. So go ahead and lift your back knee. Maybe this is where the buck stops. That's cool. If you wanna try a little bit more, you're gonna walk this right foot forward, and again, out to the right. Okay, elbows hug in like you're thinking chaturanga. Start to drop your chest. As you do, take this right leg out. And then maybe, with this right leg extending, you can find a little bit of air for the left leg. Drop that left leg. Drop your entire body to the floor. Oh, step it back. Maybe it was prettier than that. Maybe not. It's all good. It doesn't matter. Right? Downward facing dog. If you want a vinyasa, if you didn't kick one through from your Kundalini, you can do that if you prefer. A little child's pose. Let's do that for a second. And just breathe. Whoa. Wherever you land, soften once again. Even if you're in down dog, find some release through your shoulders, some ease through your neck. We're gonna meet you there because there's no rest for the wicked. Downward facing dog if you're not already there. Okay. Float your right leg up. Let's do this. One more side. Take your gaze forward, and we're gonna hop that left foot up. Put all your soul into hopping this left foot up. Here we go. Standing split. Feel that inner right thigh roll up. Work into your heel there a little bit, and then we're gonna see if we can find a little bit of balance. Maybe. Doesn't have to be. Okay, and now right foot sweeps out to the left, come onto the outer edge of that right foot, finding a curtsy. Keep your weight in the left foot. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. You're still kind of parallel to the floor with your chest. Lengthen up and then spin. Take your right elbow to your left knee. And breathe. All right, and then we rewind. Left hand comes to the floor. If you want to block, grab a block. Ardha Chandrasana, sweep this right leg back, press into the floor. You've got this, strong and steady. Flex that right foot, spread your toes. If you want to find a Chapasana, you can bend that right knee. Grab a hold of the top of your foot. Chapasana. Here we go. Release that foot. Find your standing split, square off your hips. Okay, warrior three. Take your gaze forward, shoulder blades into your back. Press the floor away with that left leg. And then we're gonna step the right foot back, fingertips back down to the mat, drop your back knee. Okay, Anjaneyasana, inhale, come on up. Keep those back toes tucked, right? That's gonna make this transition a little easier, unless you feel like you want a little more, right? Then your right hand's gonna come down. Find your right heel. Try to square your chest as best you can. Take that left arm, you can reach it straight up, or start to reach it back. Here we go, right? So I'm gonna take the left hand back down to your thigh or your hip, and then your right hand's gonna come to the outside for a second. And so you can spin this right foot straight behind you. Right hand comes in line, left leg straightens out, all right? Nice knee down Vashisthasana. We got this. You're gonna press into that left foot, press into the right hand, lift this leg up, kick it forward, and then wrap it. Bend your left knee, take your butt back. Ugh, it's glorious. That gives you a little bit of time to then spin your left hand down, and we're gonna roll onto the ball of that left foot. Place both hands, down dog, toward the back edge of your mat. Bend those knees, right? So we still have this leg crossed over, super fun, gaze forward, and then step that right foot up. Ugh. Reverse your warrior. Yes. And then straighten that right leg. Little reverse Trikonasana. Give yourself a minute to stretch into this right side. Then you're going to spin your right toes toward the long edge of your mat, spin the left toes to the short edge, and come into your side angle. Inhale. When you exhale, right hand comes down. Spin that left arm up. A little revolved lunge here. And then you're going to come onto the outer edges of both feet. Let your right hip drop for a second. And then bring it back through. Let's find some lizard. Scoot that left foot out. You can even drop your back knee. Give yourself a second here, because we're prepping for a Kundanyasana or any pose in between, right? Maybe Kundanyasana doesn't work for you today, but maybe in a couple weeks, you try it again, and it works beautifully. It just kind of depends. Okay? And then from here, you're gonna shift back just enough so you can take that left leg on top, put that puppy on like a backpack strap. Right? Okay, so now hands are about shoulder distance apart. And now you can see what I do with this right elbow. I kind of hug into my side body because I find that more comforting. All right, back knee's gonna lift. And now I'm gonna go for it. So take your left foot and start to scooch it forward and out to the side. The leg's gonna sweep out to the side a bit. You don't have to worry about the toes pointing straight up. It's gonna be a little internal rotation. It's all good. Ready? I'm gonna bend the elbows. So bend your elbows. Kick that left foot forward. You can hug this right side body into the elbow and see if you can float that right leg up. Right leg down, left leg down. Plop onto your belly. I wasn't getting off the ground after that one. Take a second. If you made it through your vinyasa, find your way into downward facing dog. If you want to splat out with me on the floor, then join me for a splat. Take a second. Oh my gosh. And breathe. Okay. Since we're down here, you might as well take your right arm out to the side, straight out, about shoulder distance. Left hand comes underneath. Let's do this. You're gonna roll onto your right side. Oh. And if you want to step your left foot back behind you. There you go. And breathe. If you want to play, you want to grab that left foot with your left hand, you can do that. If you'd rather just kind of hang out in the more restful version, you can do that too. Another breath here. And then roll back onto your stomach. Take your left arm out to the side, slide your right arm underneath your shoulder, and we roll to the left side. And you can step your right foot back behind you. Breathe here. Maybe you want to grab that right foot with your right hand. It's all good. And then you're going to roll back onto your stomach. Bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs. And then just roll onto your back. I got nothing pretty for you. Just come on down. When you get down there, drag your knees in. And roll some circles on your low back. And then from here, you're going to take your right leg and cross it all the way over the left. Hug those knees in. And just grab your shins for a moment. Soften your shoulders. Get that outer right hip lengthening away. Take a breath. When you exhale, drop your left foot to the floor, arms out to the sides. Let both knees drop over to the right. Inhale up through the middle, and we're just going to switch the cross of the legs. Left leg over top. Grab those knees or your shins. Feel your heels move away from each other. Outer left hip moves away from your left armpit. Take a breath there. And then drop your right foot down to the mat, arms out to the sides. Let your knees fall over to the left side. And back up through the middle. Hug both knees in. You can take them wide. If you want a happy baby here, you can throw down a little happy baby, lengthen your tailbone, maybe rock a little bit. And when you feel like you're ready to, you're gonna let your legs stretch all the way out. If you wanna grab something from underneath your knees or throw a blanket over you or under your head, take a minute and do it. And then start to relax yourself into the floor. Feel all the work, all the effort start to slowly drip from your muscles as your body slowly relaxes into the floor. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to your inhale and your exhale. And let your next breath be a little deeper. And start to move your fingers and wiggle your toes. Let your body wake. Slowly. And when you feel ready, draw one knee in, followed by the other. And come to rest on one side. And press into the strength of your arms. Make your way up. Find a comfortable seat. Let your eyes slide closed. Take another moment here before you move into the rest of your day to bring your palms together to Anjali Mudra and bow your head and honor this time on your mat today, this little bit that you carved out just for you, for your practice. Thank you for sharing some of your time with me. Thanks for practicing with me. I look forward to doing it again super soon. I appreciate you so much. Let's see, what can you do? Subscribe. Do it. Yeah, like, comment, let me know what you think. And check out some of my other videos. They're up top. There's a bunch of them. Thanks for being here. See you again soon.